So, our topic is soil erosion. Soil is the most fundamental and basic natural resource for all life to survive. Water and mineral are two main agents that degrade soils. Runoff washes away the soil particles from sloping and bare lands, while wind blows away loose and detaches soil particles from the flat and unprotected lands. Geological erosion is a normal process of weathering. Geological erosion is a normal process of weathering that generally occurs at low rates in all soils as part of the natural soil forming processes. There are so many factors and processes responsible for soil erosion. So its definition is that soil erosion refers to the wearing away of a field topsoil by the natural physical forces of water and wind. It can be slow process, it is relatively unnoticed or can occur at an alarming rate, causing serious loss of topsoil. Soil compaction, low organic matter, loss of soil structure, poor internal drainage, salinization and soil acidity problems are other serious soil degradation conditions that can accelerate the soil erosion process. Soil erosion, whether it is by water, wind, or tillage, involves three distinct actions: soil detachment, movement, and deposition. Accelerated erosion is largely the consequences of human activity. The primary causes are tillage, grazing, and cutting of timber. The rate of erosion can be increased by activities other than those of humans. Fire that destroys vegetation and triggers erosion has the same effect. Causes of soil erosion. Soil erosion is influenced by political, economical, social conditions, climate, land use and management, and topography. Poverty level directly relates with soil erosion in developing countries. There is no way to measure conservation practices for farmers that have limited or lacked resources. The risk of soil erosion is decreased by the elimination of implementing conservation practices and for year after year food production on small agriculture farms 0.5 to 2 hectare compels farmers to use over exploiting practices by subsistence farming, deforestation, intensive cultivation, overgrazing, mismanagement, urbanization, factors determining soil erosion prediction. Soil erosion happen all over the world. As you can see, the red colored areas are those which are very degraded soil, and yellow colored areas are those degraded soil, and white areas are those areas which have stable soil, and the gray areas are those which are without vegetation. What causes soil erosion? Removing plant cover by burning pasture or felling trees. So, removing plant cover by burning pasture or felling trees. Pasture. Land covered with grass and other low plants suitable for grazing animals, especially cattle or sheep. Having too many animals on the land, bad cultivation practices, wind, frost, rain, and water runoff, extreme climatic effects. So, even a single raindrop can dislodge soil and start erosion. Next, example of gullies formed by erosion. You can see in the picture as gullies increase, more erosion take place by collapsing of the walls and sediments can be carried far away. As you can see in these pictures, note the color of river water. Why? As you can see, the river water is full of soil particles. Now let's talk about wind. So the red color areas are shows these red color areas are those areas which have wind erosion. So sphere dust storm, an example, erosion by wind. Dust storm approaching Stafford, Texas on April 18, 1935. Dust storms can carry loose, unprotected soil into cities too. Results of both wind and water erosion. You can see in the picture. What about animals? So many animals graze. Is this good or bad for the soil? So you can see overgrazing lead to extinction of indigenous plants and animal species, soil erosion and eventual desertification that renders one fertile land barren. How do people affect soil erosion? Construction sites, residential construction effect on soil, commercial construction, traditional plowing, plowing. So deforestation, you can see in those picture. So what can we do? Contour farming. As you can see in this picture, no till farming. No till farming. Next, in no-till farming, the root structure of previous year crops help hold the soil together and prevent erosion. Terracing is a technique. Windbreaks and wind barriers. Wind barriers reduce the speed and soil carrying ability. The trees windbreaks protect an area about 10 times their height. Grass wind barriers are more flexible and can be pushed down by high winds, reducing protected distance to 5 to 7 times the barrier height. Windbreak, wind barrier. Grassed waterways protect soil against the erosive force of concentrated runoff from sloping lands by collecting and concentrating overland flow. Waterways absorb the destructive energy that would otherwise cause channel erosion, gully formation. Soil mat during construction, reseeding and planting trees, covering with mulch, spraying water to prevent wind erosion, retaining walls. If you have any question, then you can ask me. Thanks for watching.